Now we're going to look at the fifth law of indices, where we have a power outside the brackets. And what we're going to do is multiply the two powers. So you're going to get a to the power of m times n, which is simply a to the power of mn. Now, how do we apply this? So in example 1, if I have to simplify y squared in brackets to the power of 4, I simply multiply the two powers, 4 by 2, and get 8. Now in example 2, I have 2 multiplied by a squared multiplied by b cubed, and all of that in brackets to the power of 4. So what you have to do here now is multiply this power outside the brackets by all the powers inside the brackets. Now remember, this 2 is 2 to the power of 1. So what we'll get is 2 to the power of 1 multiplied by 4, a to the power of 2 multiplied by 4, and b to the power of 3 multiplied by 4. So we get 2 to the power of 4, to a to the power of 8, and b to the power of 12. Now we can simplify this further by working out what is 2 to the power of 4, and that will be 2 by 2 is 4, by 2 is 8, by 2 is 16. Now in example 3, I have 3 multiplied by x to the power of 5 divided by y to the power of 3. All that is in brackets to the power of 2. So now I'll use this 2 and multiply it by all the powers inside the brackets. So what I'll get is 3 to the power of 1 multiplied by 2, because remember 3 is 3 to the power of 1, x to the power of 5 multiplied by 2 over y to the power of 3 multiplied by 2. So I'll get 3 squared, x to the power of 10 over y to the power of 6. And that will be equal to 3 squared is 9, and that's your answer there. Now we're going to look at law number 6, when we have a fractional power as a to the power of 1 over n. What we're going to have is the nth root of a. So for example, if I have 4 to the power of a half, that will be the square root of 4, which is equal to 2. Now a 2 is understood to be in front here for the square root. Example 2, if I have 8 to the power of 1/3, that will be the cube root of 8, and the answer to that is 2. That's because 2 by 2 by 2 is equal to 8. Therefore, 2 cubed is equal to 8. Hence, the cube root of 8 is 2. Now, the last law of indices, the seventh one, we have a fractional power. So we'll have the nth root of a, but this a will be to the power of m, the numerator. And we can also write that as the nth root of a, all to the power of m. Now let's look at why that is. We have a to the power of m over n, and that can be written as a to the power of 1 over n brackets to the power of m. So obviously, if you multiply two powers, you will get a to the power of 1 over n multiplied by m, which is a to the power of m over n. So if you take this situation here, this fractional power would be the nth root of a, and then you have the whole thing to the power of m. And that's why a to the power of m over n can be written as the nth root of a to the power of m. So example 1, we have simplify the cube root of 10 squared. So what we'll do, we write the cube root of 10 squared is equal to, we know that the root is the denominator of the fraction, and this power inside here is the numerator. So what we'll get is 10 to the power of 2/3.